we were there for a wedding, and I was like, John, my wife and I had a hotel room. We were away from the kid. There, at that time, I was like, there's an 85% chance I was going to have sex, so I'm super excited. So I'm like, John, just enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Don't go crazy. Just you're with friends. And so this is what I did. I had 5 rum and diets and 9 spotted cows. Now, some of you, I know, are younger and like, that's Tuesday. What? But I'm an adult with a child in crippling anxiety. That doesn't work anymore. Like, what happens is you time travel. So I was at a reception, having a great time, and then I just woke up miserable. So there I am. I'm dancing to Kesha while she's still at a dollar sign. And then I'm just wanting to die. So what happened is I missed a whole lot, you guys. So this is what I missed. So we were having a good time at the reception. We finished up the reception. We walked back to our room. We didn't have ice, so we tried to find ice. We couldn't find it. We went to we were on the second floor. We went there in the lobby. You could oversee it. We yelled down in the lobby to where ice was. They wouldn't tell us. So then when we found ice, we came back, threw ice down there to let them know we found it. My wife's a fun drunk. I'm just a disaster. We went back to the room, had a box of Cheez-Its each. I said each. We're professionals. We stopped at Target on the way up, right? Red card, cartwheel, money in the pocket. We did have sex. I did not do well. I did not finish. She did quit on me at one point. She just got up and went to the bathroom to get ready for bed. And so in my mind, apparently, I was like, oh, I'm going to be spontaneous. I'm going to surprise her in the bathroom. So she's like putting on her contacts or whatever, and I just walk in. I'm like, ah! And she's like, you're not even hard. I'm like, I went to bed. I'm not going to argue with that. That's science. What am I going to be like? No. Fake news. It's usually waking up now. All right, good night. So I wake up the next morning, obviously miserable. I go down and I have my hangover breakfast. I throw it up. We start driving down. We hit Renard's cheese curds. I throw all that up. I got a Gatorade, threw it up out the window because I was sick of throwing up and stopping. So if you're ever on 41 going south from Door County, you just see a blue stain. That's me. I get home, I have pizza. I'm like, this is fine. Nope, still miserable. That's when you're hungover. When pizza isn't a cure, you're like, you're medicine. You're just angry at Pizza Hut. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. This is good. I can start fresh on Monday. And then I wake up with my first adult hangover, which is a 2-day hangover. I had not experienced that yet. It's very weird waking that up. You're like, ah, Groundhog Day. What's going on? If you're young and you don't get that reference, fuck you. One of the greatest movies ever made. So, what also happens when you have your first adult hangover is at 10:30 on Monday morning at work, you shit your pants. Yeah. Yeah. So I work in a big office building. I was in my cubicle. I had my headset on in a meeting. I leaned forward for a quiet fart. A very polite office fart. I stood up, I threw my headset down, and I left. I Control-Alt-Delete it, I locked it, don't worry, but I didn't sign out, I didn't tell my boss, I didn't say BRB, I just fucking gone. Disappeared. I went out the second entrance. I can't go out the main entrance because right now one time I went through a line of cubicles. That's like the main hallway of cubicles. And I was like zoned out. I was like listening to my earbuds or whatever. And I was like, shnick, shnick, I'm Wolverine. Way too loud. And I can't walk past there. So I get to my car. Thank God I have hangover napkins just in case because it did go through both layers. My favorite boxer briefs and the jeans. I get it. That's my fault for wearing my favorite boxer briefs the day after a hangover. So I go home. My wife works from home. You know, she's busy. She's working. She has a headset in. So all she sees me do is come in the house and go in the bedroom. And she's like, oh, he's here to make up for Saturday, to surprise me. Yeah. So I was telling this story in like a kind of a random gig, and someone's like, grip it and rip them. I'm like, what? That's where if you shit your pants, you rip off your underwear and throw them. And I was like, sir, where do you do that? He goes, hunting? I'm like, yeah, that's appropriate. You're in the middle of the woods with nothing to do. I'm in a giant office building and or my house. That's an instant divorce. That's not going to hold up in court by divorce hearings. Why are you divorcing him? Well, he came home from work and ripped off his underwear, didn't take them off, ripped them off, and threw them against the wall. I have no argument for that. So she walks into the room kind of just like, you know, like a little twinkle in her eye, like, oh, this is fun and spontaneous. And I'm just pants here, just... I'm never getting hard.